All right, welcome. It's time to explore your unique devotion for the day. Today is Titus chapter 3. I'm going to read verses 12 through 14. It's entitled Final Message, but it's not the end of the chapter. We've still got one more section. So let me read the most important part. When I send Artemis to you, or Tychicus, be diligent to come to me at Nicopolis, for I have decided to spend the winter there. Send Zenas the lawyer and Apollos on their journey with haste, that they may lack nothing. And let our people also learn to maintain good works, to meet urgent needs, that they may not be unfruitful. Short but sweet. So, it says unfruitful. Are you fruitful? Now, this isn't meant to be a good and bad thing, like, oh, I'm not fruitful, boo-hoo, or, oh, I am fruitful in all these ways. I'm so good. I'm such a good person. It's not about that. It's more about recognizing and being grateful for what God is doing in your life. And sometimes we get rolling through the day and we wake up in the morning, we go through our whole routine, and we go to bed at night, and we do that Monday through Friday. Sometimes maybe Saturday we get a little chance to reflect, but I know for me, if I have a Saturday off, I'm usually so tired that I don't necessarily get the gratitude time that I should. And then Sunday comes and you take a little bit of time and you try to reflect on the week and where God was at, and worship him and being grateful, and hopefully trying to do some reflection. But that doesn't always happen. We want it to happen, but it doesn't always happen. And when it does, when we are being grateful, that's fruit in our lives. God's building us like a tree. And the more that we communicate with him, and the more time that we spend searching through our lives, growing and being grateful for what he's done, the more fruit there is on the tree. And you may look at your family life and be able to see in the relationships that you have some fruit growing. What about your friends? What about just watching these videos and getting a little bit of scripture in every single day? That's a little bit of fruit. I'm sure you can come up with some other areas in your life where fruit is starting to thrive, or maybe has been thriving, or maybe some areas where you don't see any fruit and you want to work on it a little bit. And just a quick idea just kind of popped in my head. So, here, excuse me a moment. All right. So, I'm just waking up this morning. Body's trying to wake up. Grapevines. Now, the first time you plant the grape and the vine starts to grow, that first year, your fruit yield is very minimal. And the second year, it's a little bigger, and then the third year, it's usually pretty full. So sometimes you may find that there's only a little bit of fruit in your family relationships, in your friend relationships, in your communication with God, and growing in yourself. You may see some areas that are really on the third year, that are just very bountiful. But let me point something else out. Sometimes the grapevine, there might be a year where they just don't yield a whole lot. And it's not that anything's wrong. It's not that, oh, you must have messed up, you didn't fertilize it, you didn't water right. It's just sometimes there's not fruit. That's okay. Sometimes you're are it's not a game. It's not every year you need to gain more fruit and more fruit and more fruit and more fruit. The point is just that there is some fruit. And if there is a year where there isn't a whole lot of fruit, reflecting on and being grateful for the fruit that you've had in the past. And it sort of actually kind of makes it easier then for the next year to fruit and gain a little bit of fruit. So there's some fluctuation, and that's okay. Again, this isn't about being, good and bad, like, I have a lot of fruit or not any fruit. It's just about recognizing where you are and deciding with God whether you need to help to grow more in a certain area, or maybe even backing off and pruning a little bit in other areas. So, just some profound thoughts for the day. Are you fruitful? I hope that God gives you all the blessings you deserve, and even more so, all the blessings you don't deserve. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow, and have fun looking for some fruit.